Hello, Paul. Why can I not hear you?
Hey, Carlton, happy Father's Day, my friend.
Hey, yeah, happy Father's Day, Paul. How are you? How are
Glad
you?
you came in. I'm not sure how many people are joining today.
Yeah.
We had a bad timing about speakathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how it looks like.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. We said today the meeting is going to start at 5:30.
Yes, the regular meeting would have started at 5:30
Yeah.
because we are expecting more people to present speeches.
Okay.
But
And
what I
where are the
see is
speakers?
we are seeing many absentees, and I don't know what do we do actually on Father's Day? Make some special stuff or
Why can
what?
I not hear you?
Hey,
Me,
Carlton,
I
happy
just spent
Father's
some
Day,
time
my
with my
friend.
dad and took him out for breakfast. And
Glad you came in. I'm
yeah,
not.
we're just gonna have some dinner with him as well. So yeah.
Okay.
And I bought him a massager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from Amazon. It's a back and neck massager and back massager. So I think that's something he'll enjoy.
He's happy.
Yeah. Well, I haven't given it
You
to
you
him
have gone old. You have gone old now. You know you need massager.
yet.
Subtle way of telling him, you
Yeah.
know where you are now.
Well, he always tells me, my lower back is hurting a little bit. So I was thinking, I said, okay, I'll get him a massager then.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have Father's Day every other day because we all live together. So
Yeah.
we don't have to go anywhere. That's why I don't know people. Kids, some kids are dragging their parents. Oh, today's Father's Day. You take me to this and that place and all those things.
Yeah. Spend some time with them.
Yeah, we were in a meeting, me and Satish, from 3 to 4:30 p.m. in
Okay.
uh, in a gavel club.
Okay.
I think we were judges there, judging the contestants.
Yes.
12 contestants for table topic speeches from
Mhm.
youth,
For
and
the
12
youth.
were from my own club.
Okay.
So they are going forward with the global gavel club competition on 27th.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's
Yeah.
a parallel line running alongside Toastmasters.
Yeah, that was an inspiration though. Last week I was a judge for them. These young kids are speaking so well. I
It
was
speaks
just like,
so well. You saw that.
yeah, I was like, this is the next generation of leaders. That's wonderful.
That's what makes us keep doing it. Otherwise, like everyone, we are very much swamped.
Yes.
I have a lot on my plate, but I still managed
Yeah.
to run the meetings.
So recently I went on YouTube and I looked at some of the champion Toastmasters and the speeches that they gave were, man,
Crisp and clear, they talk about one thing,
yes,
they talk about one item, and this is how they continue like that.
yes,
And this is the beauty of it. And we still have to learn that art.
correct.
Yeah. You have the superpower now.
Okay. I didn't have to ask. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Ravinder,
Welcome,
Hello, everyone.
everybody.
Mr.
Hey.
Chauhan.
Hi,
Nice
Robin.
to see you. I'm happy that you are still here, not going outside and celebrating Father's Day somewhere. I know your dad just passed away, Ravinder, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
may he rest in peace.
Thank you. Yeah.
My dad passed away about, I think, 2016.
Wow. Yeah.
24, no, 2014, sorry. 2014, he passed away, July, and my mom followed 1.5 years later.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but they are always around us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. I
We
think
are, we represent them.
that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I see we are going to have very thin attendance, but whoever is here, we can have nice time together. Hi, Stish.
Hey guys.
Why did you turn your pot lights off? They were looking so bright, amazing during gavel.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Are you saving on hydro? Yeah, I see. So it looks
All
so
right.
beautiful.
There we go.
That's it.
Satish.
Much better.
Mr. Prabhu in all glaring glory.
Blue color. All in blue.
Mr. Chauhan,
Yes, sir.
good to see you, sir.
Hi, Madan.
How are you, everybody?
Excellent.
Hey, Navdeep is here.
Hello, hi everyone.
Hello, Navdeep.
Hello.
Did you guys celebrate some birthday? It says happy behind that.
Oh yes, it was Arjun's birthday, my little one's birthday.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
2 days ago, 17th, yes.
Happy belated birthday to Arjun.
Thank you so much, and happy belated birthday to Stishi as well. So many birthdays.
Thank you.
Steve doesn't have a belated birthday. His birthday celebration run for the whole month.
I was going to say for the whole year
It's a
until the
festival.
next year.
It's a festival from day before all to the next month.
Every day is a gift.
Every day is a birthday.
Every day is a gift. And anyone can send him gifts till, I think, 17th of July.
Of July, right? Okay, okay.
If anyone
can-
wants to send gifts to Satish, you can send it over to him.
All right. Okay, and we can
She's taking you seriously, Mr. Paul. She is very serious about what you just said.
I take everything seriously in Toastmasters, Tishi, and I was expecting some cake as well. So that was what I was thinking in my head. Can we expect cake before 17th of July?
See, there is some crisscross here. So my family doesn't take me seriously. So nobody should take me seriously, honestly.
Especially if you ask for the money.
The words can come and bite you, Mr. Paul. Be careful what you say.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to make some changes in the agenda. Kamaljeet is her son took her away. He wanted some treats, so I think they went to some Sobel Beach. They went to Sobel Beach, yeah. Today. I haven't seen Ian Bell for a long time.
I don't think he's coming back. I had a very hearty chat with him once, and he says he has another group, and he's a critical part of that group. And they always have a meeting that coincides with our meeting. So he's not going to be able to make this one.
Okay.
For him, that group is more important than Toastmasters.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Is the same speaking kind of thing there?
I don't know. It is something where it is a community thing. I'm thinking it's more of a church related thing, but he did not mention, or I did not ask him too much detail about it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can skip some rules if we don't have those members today, rather than pushing ourselves to do those rules.
Sure, and maybe we can wind up earlier because
one day we can live without a grammarian.
So we have 2 speakers right now, right? We have Satish and Navdeep.
I will make an impromptu speech. I haven't prepared for it, but I will do it.
Sure, no problem. Yeah.
That will be my project. Who do I send my evaluation to?
I can do the evaluation, Paul.
Fantastic. So I can just share my link of the evaluation document.
Sure.
And you can download it.
Okay, so for this meeting, are we planning on just doing the 3 speakers and then I don't know.
Shilpa might be joining us. I saw her message.
I can be both Toastmaster and the general evaluator.
Okay, fantastic. So this is my evaluation form, Carlton.
Okay.
You can download it.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Because this is something I don't have to prepare it. So I will go impromptu.
Okay.
I only need to take control of my time.
Yes.
That's where I go.
4 minutes. Okay.
If you haven't read yet, you should read Ravinder Dhugi's book about leadership.
Thank you for that, Paul Jima.
Yeah, you write very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What is the name of your book, Ravinder?
It's the Heart of an Effective Leader, 6 proven steps for maximum results.
Okay.
Ravinder, do you have those copies?
If you, if you send me your details, and then I'll share you the info and send you the copy.
Send a
I'll sign it.
detail
I'll send you
and send
signed.
her, send a detail and send her $150 with that too.
150 or 50.
Yeah.
You keep 15 and remaining to us.
Yeah, okay.
He just said, don't take him seriously.
I will also need an evaluator. And if I know
So
who it
I
is,
can be your evaluator, Satish.
okay, then I'll fill my sheet and give it to you.
Okay, so
what roles do we need?
First evaluator is
Paul. So Kamaljeet is not TMOD here today. Second speaker is Navdeep.
Okay.
She is speaking from Dynamic Leadership Icebreaker. Timer hasn't shown up yet, Kalvinder.
I can do the timer if you want, Paul.
Okay, fantastic. So Carlton.
I will be Toastmaster.
Okay, sir. So Shilpa Manjunath was going to be the third speaker. So what's going on with her?
I thought she is there.
She's on the meeting. Shilpa, are you with us?
Oh, okay, Shilpa. Okay, Shilpa is here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Shilpa is
Hi, good evening.
third speaker. And we need an evaluator for Shilpa as well.
You put in about 7 speakers' name on that list.
That's okay, sir. Whosoever is present, we can work with them today.
So how many speakers?
Then we can have some fun or wrap early for Father's Day.
So are we going to have 3 or 4 speakers, Paul?
Well, we have now we have Satish.
Okay.
We have Navdeep.
Yeah.
We have Shilpa.
Yeah.
And I can be the 4th speaker. Muhammad told me he's not coming.
Okay.
So you are evaluating my speech. So Satish, I am evaluating Satish's speech, and I can also evaluate Navdeep's speech. Now we have Muhammad, we have Shilpa's. Satish, would you like to evaluate Shilpa's speech, please?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Satish. And then we are left with Paul is being evaluated by Carlton.
Correct.
And timer roll is being done by Carlton.
Mm-hmm.
So Carlton, when you speak, let me know, then we can flip timer roll for a second. Gursimon is not here. And then we can decide what to do. Let's use it just as a casual meeting today. Because it's coincided with special day. Some clubs are not even holding meeting today, but we are bad with these days. So I'm okay with it.
So talking about that, we have a long weekend coming up for our first meeting. So we should probably think about not having it on that day because we have a similar.
We can talk about that.
Yeah.
When is a long weekend?
I personally am not in a favor of postponing meeting or canceling meeting on long weekends because it's Monday. Let's see how it goes. It's nice meeting together. A few people out of 21, at least we are here. At least 7 people are still here, which makes all the sense. Maybe we can have.
When is a long weekend? Next week?
July, no, the first July weekend.
Canada Day.
1st July is falling on Thursday, I think.
Yeah, but most people will decide to take, it's also a US holiday.
But it's not an official long weekend.
It's not an official long weekend, no.
Yeah,
okay. With COVID relaxations and health authorities taking kind of lenient rules, things are going to change.
Okay,
but that's okay. I think we should still run our meeting with whosoever attends the meeting. If nobody comes, at least Paul Chima will be here for 1 hour. You can come in and go anytime at your convenience on that day. Alrighty, so I guess it is 5:41. We are closing to our regular time, actually. That's fine. So now we have to repeat it. First speaker is Satish Prabhu. Evaluator is Paul. Second speaker is Navdeep. Evaluator is again amazing Paul. The third speaker is Shilpa, and evaluator is Satish Prabhu. And fourth speaker is Paul, and evaluator is Carlton. And then after that, we have uncertain agenda. We can have some fun things, or we can just chat about something.
No, we can do table topics.
We can do that. We can have some fun table topics.
Yeah.
Vidya is also supposed to attend us. She wanted the timer's role today, actually.
Yeah,
No,
I think they
I think-
overlooked the time.
Yeah.
I think she said she can't be the timer.
Oh, she
No, I
said
can
that?
be timer today.
Oh, okay.
She said, I can be timer today. So she will probably sign in. We'll give it an exception today to all the members, be lenient on Father's Day.
No, when we switch times like that, that's what happens. People are not used to coming at earlier time.
5:20.
Correct.
Yeah, because it used to be an educational session. I
Correct.
was just thinking that in order to push members, to help members push their projects, they needed extra time. So that was the whole purpose of creating this speakathon. So that's okay. If this was not successful this time, maybe next time. Remember, VP Education decides what he has to do from next session on. I'm so happy with that role. I'm going to dictate.
You are already dictating. It was not your role. This, deciding this speakathon.
And I have
Already
two
dictated.
gavels.
You're already in the role.
I have two gavels there.
But you lost the lectern. And
Yeah. Lectern was just got stolen with our banner, which we wrote off. Anyway, so whenever we are ready, we can start.
Okay.
I think we should go ahead, Carlton.
Satish, do I have your evaluation sheet?
I sent you by mail, email.
You emailed it to me?
Okay. Are we all caught up?
Because you have disabled the chat feature completely here. I cannot chat.
Oh, really? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's actually in the basics. Let me enable share and chat are enabled now for everyone. If you want to put it here, I can quickly print it out.
No, you put your evaluation in the chat.
Yes, I put my evaluation sheet for Carlton to download. So he can just have to click the link and download the file. And I'm going to download Satish's evaluation that is sent me.
Oh, is the chat accessible for everyone right
Yes, it is accessible. Sorry for that.
now? Okay. So are we good to go ahead? Are we
Yes,
still
we are good to go ahead.
good? Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
I will recommend we start with the table topics, and then maybe we can wait for 6 o'clock when most people will probably try to come in. So that way, I don't know. I mean, it's up to you guys.
Let's open the meeting first.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and then we can go with the flow. Okay, welcome everybody to another Malton Community Toastmasters Club. So the mission of a Toastmasters, again, is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So today, the meeting theme is Get Out of the Comfort Zone. And at this time, I'd like to pass over control to our president, President Paul Chima.
Thank you very much, Sergeant Ram, Mr. Carlton. Always a great meeting opener, precise, crisp, to the point. And I know when you got out of comfort zone, it was, I guess, last year. when I know things have changed a lot for you from then to now. It has changed for every one of us. We all get put ourselves out of the comfort zone to make sure we achieve what we can. And the funny thing is, all great things lie outside your reach, outside your comfort zone, and you have to take a leap to be there. If you look at Ravinder Dhugi, she wrote a book. She was highly upset that she's going to share some vulnerable things about herself when she was compiling book. She shared it with all of us, but she took a leap of faith and went out of comfort zone to create that amazing masterpiece, which could be a source of inspiration for all of us. So guys, what I want to say here and emphasize here is, please keep going out of your comfort zone. This is when we make the best use of our abilities God has gifted us. We only use, I guess, 3 or 4% of our brain's power. That's an average. But look at the 97 or 95% lying unused. And there's no value for unused brain when we die. But if we are living, we can contribute to the society and humanity in a very bigger way. So let's get out of the comfort zone. For me, Toastmasters is not just a club. It is my lifestyle. I live it 24/7. Inspiration comes from Mr. Madan Chauhan and people like him. Satish Prabhu is a clear example. They are always there whenever there's some usefulness. And they know, even by being here, by being silent spectator in a Toastmaster meeting, you always leave with some golden nuggets in your pockets, which you can use anytime you want. With that thought, I will give the meeting over to our Toastmaster of the day today, Mr. Madan Chauhan. Please give him a big round of applause. Mr. Madan Chauhan.
Thank you very much, President of the MCTC Club. And as he mentioned, coming out of the comfort zone and inspiration. And inspiration is I believe in it's a two-way. Inspiration is not one way. He mentioned my name, he mentioned Stish's name, but he also inspires us. So when we say going out of the comfort zone is do one thing to you all or to everybody and anybody, make you lazy. That's what it is, make you lazy. Like sitting on the chair is comfortable. To get up is out of the comfort. But to do something, you have to get up. To make the old saying, 1,000 miles journey start with the first step. That first step is the uncomfortable step to do. That is getting out of your comfort zone. With that, I say thank you very much. And all the important people are here, which they're supposed to be. They are. And as a Toastmaster, I welcome you all. And I have a team of, I'm also a grammarian. Now I take the role of the grammarian as well. As a grammarian, my role is to make a note of everything happened during the meeting. Also, seek the help of my team who help me to keep a track of everything that's happening in here. And I believe we do not have a grammarian today, but we will have a timer. I saw Kulvinder there. Is he going to be the timer or is it Cartoon you going to be the timer?
Yes, I guess Kalvinder is here. So let's have him take his.
Kulvinder be the timer? Okay.
Kalvinder, do you know how to time?
I'm first time doing, but I will do. No problem.
Okay. Do you have the cards, Kulvinder, green, yellow, red?
In my computer system, don't have.
Do you have
In
any
Hold on, I
paper
can
that
do
you
the
can
timer
write
if you
down?
want. I can be the timer.
Okay, in that case, let the Cartoon be the timer. You watch him, Kulvinder.
Okay.
Okay, he will be your mentor then. All right. So we have a Carton as a timer. Carton, can you explain your role of as a timer, please?
Sure. So, give me a second. Sure. So everybody, the role of a timer is to make sure that everybody is speaking within their allotted time segment. So for example, for in a speech, if the speech is between 4 to 5 minutes, at 4 minutes, I will display a green card, such as this. And then at 4 minutes, 50 seconds, I will display a yellow card. And then at 5 minutes, I will display a red card. And the
4
red
minutes,
card,
4.34 minute 30 seconds, not 4 minutes 50.
yeah, and exactly. And at the end, and when you see a red card displayed, that just tells you that you're out of time and it's time to wrap up and close out your speech or your table topics. So that is the role of my timer.
Thank you very much. And we have a quiz master, Ravinder Dugi. Ravinder, can you please explain your role as a quiz master, please?
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and any welcome guests. As a quiz master, my task is to test the audience listening skills. This is also an opportunity for me to develop both my listening skills and facilitation skills. So listening is an important skill. Sit back and pay close attention to the meeting, because at the end of the meeting, when the general evaluator calls, I will check your listening skills by asking you a few questions. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, quiz master. I think we will follow the agenda. Our agenda is, every agenda is consists of 3 parts. First part is prepared speeches. Second part is table topic. And the fourth part will be, third part will be, evaluation. So with the first part, we start with the prepared speeches. I have the first speaker, Satish Prabhu, but I have his evaluator, Paul Chima. Paul Chima, can you please explain the objective of his speech of Satish Prabhu?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day. So Satish is speaking from Pathway Dynamic Leadership, and this is his level 5. Fantastic. He's closing this pathway. That is fabulous. And it is from his first speech, Lead in Any Situation. And his objective is to present a speech reflecting on a minimum 6 months experience as a leader and the impact of the 360-degree evaluation. Note, so sorry, to 360-degree evaluation, this is his speech, and his speech title is, I Am With You. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, evaluator, Paul. Satish Prabhu, I'm with you. I'm with you, Satish Prabhu. Stage is yours. Prabhu.
Are you guys with me? You?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Please stay with me for the next 8 to 10 minutes, because I'm going to share 3 stories about my journey as a leader. The first one begins in 2013, and I would like to label this as being an accidental leader. There is a pattern in all the 3 stories, and I hope you will see that pattern. The first one, I received a call in 2013, the day before the March break was supposed to begin from my manager of the company that I was working for. He asked me if I had any plans and would I be able to cancel my March break. It came as a very odd request because my manager, who was a new person who had replaced my earlier manager, had never spoken to me ever or communicated with me ever. I said, sure, it's an urgent thing. I will cancel my vacation. Little did I realize that the urgency was nothing project related, but a heinous plan that he had hatched to get me so he could hand me a pink slip. How cruel can you be? That vacuum that created, because I was in shock, I was in disbelief, and this was the very first thing that happened to me ever in my life. I had no plans for either the March break or for what I'm going to do next. And that's when I remembered that my friend had urged me to come and visit a Toastmasters club. I visited the Toastmasters club, and the third meeting that I had with that club, they pushed me to become the VP of membership. I was concerned. I had no idea of what Toastmasters is. I was just learning what Toastmasters Club is all about. And here I have a request to become the VP membership. So I had a few guys in the club. In the club was actually 4 members, and 2 of them were the club coaches. All of them said, I am with you. That was enough for me to take up that opportunity and basically become the VP of membership. The next year, which was only 4 months away, they had a vacuum to fill. And we had only grown to 6 members, and I was probably one of the oldest members in the club. Satish, how do you feel about becoming the president for this year? You have already served as a VP membership. I had no idea what I was doing. My inner voice jumped up and shrieked, say no, say no. Again, all these voices, including the coaches, came back and they said, Satish, you did a fantastic job as a VP membership. And I was scratching my head. What did I really do? But they had full confidence in my abilities. Who am I to question that? So they said, I am with you. So I said, okay, I will go with that. And I served as a president, but with more dedicated members, more committed members, the club gained momentum. And this was the very first year the club became a distinguished club. So over the years, my journey that had begun as an accidental leader now became more purposeful. I found that I was helping other newer members in their journey. And the satisfaction you get by doing that is so priceless. In my journey, there were other newer members, and I had to pass on that good turn to them. Whenever I heard the phrase, I cannot do this job, when we offered an executive position to somebody else, I used the phrase, you guessed it, I am with you. Let's move on to our second story. And again, this story also takes a dark turn. 2018, 2 days after New Year's, I am at my home in India watching my younger sister breathe her last. She had cancer and this was the last stage, and I saw her pass away right in front of my eyes. I was wondering about my parents who were watching all this happen, and I decided to stay there for a month and a half or two, even though I did not have any plans, to comfort them and give them solace in their dark hour. Those were very quality moments that I had and shared with my father, because right after, I would not see him alive again. That year, in May, I heard the bad news. My father passed away. So I'm thinking, these are things that are happening just to me. And I'm getting one after the other of bad news. 2 months after that, guess what? I lost my job in July of 2018. I ventured into a business with a friend, and pretty soon I realized that wasn't my cup of tea. I had no job. I lost my father, I had lost my sister, but I had nobody to turn to. In 2019, I tried to find something, no job, but I had to find some purpose in my life. So what did I do? I took up learning some new languages. I signed up for some courses, and I also signed up for certifications. After keeping myself busy with all these activities, I found that I had one single thing that continued from the time my journey started. Toastmasters became more purposeful for me as a journey in leadership. So I decided to focus more attention on my leadership journey in Toastmasters and started helping others with a purpose. In 2020, my niece got married. I had to go and visit her again. In 2020, after I visited her, as a hindsight, I realized that would also be my last quality moments I would spend with my mother. Because in March of 2020, we had COVID that took over the whole world. And in May, my mom passed away due to some other illness. So tragedies were hitting me one after the other. I still had no job. I had lost 3 family members close to me. My mental health took a roller coaster dive, and I had no idea what I'm going to do. Throughout this, I realized that I cannot show any signs of weakness because of the ripple effect it would have on my family. So I re-engaged with renewed energy and focused more into Toastmasters. And one of the things I did was to turn spiritual. The spiritual journey that I started helped me become more stronger mentally, and also gave me the foresight to look at others who are in trouble and help them. This helped me keep my focus and my purpose. In 2020 as well, at some point, I wanted to take a little break from Toastmasters so I could focus more on my own self, and came to Malton Toastmasters, thinking Malton was in a good shape as a club because my old club always needed me to do a lot more for them. How wrong I was. When I joined, I realized Paul and his team were in trouble. He was struggling to keep the club alive. He was frustrated and he was almost about to throw the towel in. On a winter morning, I remember I had a 1-hour talk with Paul and convinced him not to give up. And guess what did I tell him? The magic phrase, I am with you. Paul did not need any more convincing. From that day, we worked together as a team and built the team together and implemented a few steps, re-engaging all the lost members that we had, starting the educational session that was very, very useful to everyone. And Paul got some time and relief so he could dedicate more efforts to gaining more members. And the results are in front of you. We are a thriving club. We made distinguished status in June, a President's Distinguished with all the 10 points. And I think we are going to continue this momentum in the next year. So to sum it up, if you have the attitude, you can always lead in any situation. Just remember the phrase, I am with you. Thank you. Back to you.
I think we need a standing ovation. Fantastic work, Satish. You are a true leader. Now we give 1 minute for evaluation to be marked by the evaluator, and the second speaker be ready. And the second speaker, the evaluator, is also Paul, and be ready there too. And you give me 1 minute time, please, timer.
Sure. When should I start it?
You should have started a few seconds ago.
Okay, it started.
Give me 45 seconds now, because I need 20 minutes to make comments because he spoke so much and my pen ran out of ink. I'm trying to find faults with the speech as much as I can. That's why taking so much time. It's so hard.
Okay, time is up.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And now I have our second speaker, Navdeep Kaur.
Thank you very much, sir.
And then we have our evaluator, Paul. Paul, please give us the objectives of her speech.
Yes, the first evaluator was Paul Chima, and the second evaluator is Chima Paul.
Oh, that's the second person. We have two people there.
Yeah, two people here. So Navdeep Kaur is a budding Toastmaster speaker, and she has amazing talent in herself that I know of for sure. It's just a matter of time when she starts running our education sessions and teaching us how to do speeches. And I'm looking forward to that day. Today, she is giving a speech from her pathway, which is dynamic leadership, level 1. And this is her first speech, official first speech. It's an icebreaker. And she can deliver a speech on any topic, introducing herself to the club. I give it back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Evaluator. Okay, Navdeep, do we have your title of the speech, icebreaker?
Oh yes, sorry. I think it's just icebreaker. And it is 4 to 6 minutes long, 4 green timer, 5 amber, and 6 red.
Yeah, but has she given any title to the icebreaker speech?
No, just a title.
Okay, that's
Yes,
fine. That's fine. Let her have the hammer and the chisel and break the ice. Navdeep,
Thank you.
icebreaker, Navdeep. Stage is your time is 4 to 6 minutes.
Thank you so much, Madanji. We can name it Navdeep, my speech name Navdeep Kaur. And thank you so much, Paulji, for your kindness. I feel like you are with me, as Tishi has said. And after listening to you, Tishi, I just feel like I'm in a family. We all have similar sort of experiences, and I am glad that I'm here.
So
So in
stop
this
you here for a minute. So Navdeep, you can just start your speech because your timer starts counting the moment you say first word. So we will reset it for you right now.
Okay.
Right? But I'm not going to tolerate it ever again.
Who's that guy?
Oh, I don't know. Something came over me. It was not me. It was Seema Paul.
I
So,
think you're smoking something today.
Mr. Timer, Mr. Timer,
We
please
should
reset
block
the
him.
timer.
Okay,
So-
go ahead, Navdeep. That's the part of the fun.
Thank
Okay.
you. I'm starting now. And
Yeah.
okay, Carlton?
Yep.
Yes. So from my end, it's more like my talk with you about myself. For Toastmasters, it's a speech, but I've never given a speech in my life. So for me, it's like my talk. So in these 4 to 6 minutes, I'll be starting with my childhood and moving on to Canada here. So starting with my childhood, I had a nice and safe childhood, which I'm really happy about. And being a daughter of engineer dad, we had a chance as a family moving from one town to another town in India, in Punjab. So every couple of years, it will be a new town, new house, new school for myself. And in some of the schools, I was the most intelligent student. I know everything. I'm so intelligent because I am on top of my study. And I remember my teachers and my parents talking about skipping a class as well for me because I know my stuff. Whereas in some of the schools, I was the most dumb child because I didn't know as much as my fellow classmates know. So then because of my family dynamics, we had to move as a family from a town to our original village, which I did not like because in a village, there's so many restrictions. Being a girl, you can't talk that much, you can't talk that loud, you can't go there, you can't wear this, you can't do that, this and that and that. So I remember in those days, I hated going to school as well. I did not like village life because I was raised as in there's no difference between boys and girls, but village was different. And so I did not like going to schools. That has impacted on my studies as well, which I've picked up a little bit later on in my life. But that's about it. That's how it was then. And then marriage happened, and I've got a husband who is like any other husband. He's a nice guy. And I have got two very beautiful children as well. And in terms of my hobbies, I like reading. I like nonfiction, and I like music. I like dancing as well. In my college days, I was captain of my dance team, Gidda team. They call it Gidda. That's a folk dance of Punjab, Carlton. And yeah, apart from that, I quite liked running as well. When we moved to Canada in 2018, in that first summer of our summer in Canada, Toronto Marathon happened, and I took part in that because I was a runner then. That was quite nice. And after that, I could not continue running, and because Canadian winter was quite harsh, very harsh as well. So now my situation is that running seems a long distant dream for me because now, because outside weather is nice, after taking 2-3 steps, I'm out of breath. It's 2 years of unhealthy habits that I had in terms of eating and my lifestyle because I was home in Canada. So Canada, coming to Canada is a very such experience for me because I came to Canada with a dream. And that dream was broken. I was broken as well with the dream, because we have left our house, our circle. My children had circle there. Here we didn't knew many people, and we were by ourselves, and that has taken toll on my mental health as well. But between that time that dream was broken, then I built up a new dream. But that time between the broken dream and building a new dream was a time to remember lots of tears, lots of stress, and this and that. But I've learned two really nice lessons. One of them is I tell myself, you are enough. And that took me so many years to tell myself, because my lifestyle was such that if there is any problem, big or small, I'll have a circle of friends call here and there. Hey, hon, this is happening, this, that, and they'll just tell me solutions, and I'm nice and easy. I'm fine to go ahead, move on. And here, this was a beautiful lesson. I think once you live life with that perspective, that you are enough by yourself, and you teach that to your children as well, I think it's life dynamics changes, right? And you're more confident. Another lesson, second one that I've learned is that see, Navdeep, what you can do. It's just that, and in any situation, what we believe, it's a normal human nature. Like I was one of that. I had that style of thinking as well, like something's not happening right. I'm like, oh my God, I came to Canada. This is not working. That is not working. I've left my country. I don't have friend. I don't have this and that. I'm bored at home. I don't have job. So when we point out fingers, like then three fingers are pointing onto ourselves. So I've changed my thinking. Rather than blaming my circumstances, I always asked myself a question: what you can do, Navdeep? What can you do? And since I started thinking that way, there's so much actually we can do in our lives. So I've improved as a mother. I've just, in these 2 years living in Canada, I get to do my hobbies, because before coming to Canada, I worked always all in my life. And now something nice recently happened is that I got a job in non-profit sector. That's where I always wanted to work. And I've got some future plans as well now, where I wanted to help women and children. I wanted to do some sort of charity work, support some charities. And I also need to work on my patients as well. Being a mother, I think that will be helpful. So Canada now is beautiful for me. And thank you so much, Paul G, for having me in Toastmasters. I think I feel like I can do well now. I can learn to give a speech, and I can improve my communication. Thank you so much. I can see red color there. Thank you.
Well done, Navdeep. Proud of you. Really proud of you, Navdeep. Your story and the name, the title of the story is Navdeep, New Light. It's a new light. Whenever you take the light to a new place, it lightens up that darkened area there. Light is always there to remove the darkness. Doesn't make where it is. You take the light from one room to another room, it light will that room up. Right? So your name and your story, they both go hand in hand, and they're complementing each other. Okay? So I really like to see you a lot more in this club and on the bigger stage of Toastmasters.
Don't take my role away.
Thank you. And our next third speaker is Shilpa Manjunath. And her evaluator is Satishi. Satishi, do you have her objectives of her speech?
Yes, I do. Don't you want to give a minute to the evaluator?
Oh, sure. Yes, I should do it. Sorry about this.
No worries.
$50 penalty for jumping into my time. It's not right. $50 due from Mr. Madan Chha. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good. We can move on.
Okay. So Shilpa has chosen motivational strategies pathways from the pathways, and she's going to give her icebreaker speech. So we'll be delivering a speech on any topic as an introduction to the club using any style that appeals to her. So back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Mr. Evaluator. Now, Shilpa Manjunath, an icebreaker from motivational strategies. What is important in life? Shilpa, what is important in life? Stage is yours and time is 4 to 6 minutes.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and respectful guests here. So my topic, as you know, it's what is important. So what is important in life to be a part of family with full of support and with full of positive attitudes. So I have just noted down some of the points here, like to be healthy and to be happy and to have like should have also job is the last priority in my case. So like how to be, like we have to be healthy. How can we be healthy in this? You already know, everyone know, like from past 1 year with this COVID and pandemic situations, we are all locked down here in at home, and it's very tough situation to everyone to be with full of positive and to be gives full of support to the family. So as a part of health, like you should be positive attitude. Always you should think positive. Like how can you be positive? Like it should come like again, you should not think too much, and you should be keep on doing exercise and eat habits like should be like with full of nutrients. And even like yoga, I was doing almost from 10 years, I'm practicing yoga, but still I was having scared. I'm scared to do when I'm getting some outside circumstances makes me feel something like stressed out. So how can I control? I wanted to do something which I want to control my mind. So I thought from 1 year, I want to do something spiritually. I want to control my mind. So I was just keep on reading, watching videos in YouTube, what are the techniques I can develop to make myself spiritually go in the spiritually path. So even I was very impressed by Sadhguru and some of the yoga gurus, but I want to go and meet personally, but I'm not able to do that. So I decided one day that I need to take something like inner engineering from Sadhguru, so that it can help me in like developing positive attitude, at least for my kids. When they want to grow up, they have to grow up with positive things, not like scared. To be scared for some outside circumstances like COVID or any other very strong harmful some things which come up. So not only that, I started like spiritually, but still I need to practice daily. It doesn't come one day. Daily we have to make our mind set one focus on something and do practice every day with full of positive thoughts and happy. How to be happy and health comes as a part, like both are strongly correlated. You know, health is wealth. This is a slogan. Health is wealth means it's like without health, you cannot do anything. So, and happiness, once you are happy, automatically the health will come automatically. So happy makes you good hormones, and even the immune power, it develops immune power in your body. So I started even some bad things happening in my life, like in the surroundings, I make myself to be happy and give good support to my kids. And how can you be happy? Like again, I told it's regular exercise. You have to do regular exercise and keep on listening to music, good musics, and play games with kids. So it's important that we have to like so you have to be quality time. You have to spend quality time with kids. That's very important. And like I'm just daily I'm practicing this with my kids. And even I go back to my old days, like when my kids were very young, like 3 years old, I used to teach them rhymes. So again, I listen to those rhymes and make myself be happy and cheerful whenever I want. And even not only that, and with this tough moments, I can't get together with my friends. It's very difficult. So just keep in touch. Just call them and talk to them what I'm feeling about with anything, like share experiences with my whatever I have with my kids and from like and in the family. I'm getting support from all my friends as well. And this is how you can manage your like when you are happy, automatically health will come and love, and you can support family in a very good way. And even yeah, you will feel joyful and blissful. So I'm thinking that I need to follow one guru. Like my guru can be anyone, yoga guru, or it can be my Sadguru, who is anyhow I did not meet him personally, but through his videos I'm very impressed the way he talks, and I'm following daily. But still I need to follow a lot, like practicing meditation every day 2 times or something. So it doesn't come in one day. And even when I meet Paulji, like he is very very supportive. So I'm getting lots of supports from all from the Malton group. I'm very cheerful and happy to be in this group and to communicate, to be very, very well and succeed in my leadership skills or any in other part. Thank you.
Okay, are we still giving 1 minute to the evaluator?
Yeah, just give 1 minute to the evaluation.
Sure.
And in the meantime, she is going to be out of the screen.
Shilpa, just look for the stop share, the red button on your bar. Thank you.
All right. Okay, 1 minute up. When is the 1 minute? Please let me know.
And I think we need to give her a standing ovation as well.
Yes, we do.
The very first speech. Well done, Shilpa.
Thank you.
Fantastic speech, Shilpa.
I got into doing some setting change here, so kind of totally lost it. Amazing speech, Shilpa. Fabulous. I like when people take my name in it.
Thank you.
Evaluators, you need to give full points.
Okay, so the 1 minute is up.
Thank you very much. And now we have the fourth speaker, our friend, President and all-in-one, Mr. Paul Chima, and his evaluator is Carlton. Carlton, you have the objective of his speech?
Yes, I do. I need somebody to assist me with the timer as I'm going to be evaluating Paul. So
Vidya.
Yeah. Okay. Vidya, do you have the screen, other screens? You do? Okay, wonderful. Okay. Okay, so the next speech is our Renaissance president doing everything from running the youth leadership programs to selling real estate to doing mortgages to taking care of our Toastmasters group. This speech is going to be an impromptu speech. That means that a speech that has just come up out of the blue and it's presented itself. So the purpose of this project is for the member to practice delivering social speeches in front of club members. So this speech will be 3 to 4 minutes in length. And the speech title is Gratitude. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Is it attitude?
Gratitude, not attitude.
Gratitude.
Yes,
Okay.
gratitude.
Thank
I
you.
don't have attitude. Once I start showing attitude, you will see that.
He has a positive attitude.
I think I'm going to resign. Okay. And we're going to have our president, gratitude, President Paul Chima. Let us see that. 3 to 4 minutes timer.
Have you heard the quotation, a man is known by the company a man keeps, or one is known by the company one keeps? I have listened to this million times while I was growing up. And I could never understand the truest meaning of this in my youth days. How can someone else tell others who you are, what kind of person you are? I am what I am. I know myself, and only I can tell you that this is the kind of person I am. Why use the third person? Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, today I'm going to tell you that I have actually solved this enigma. When I got into Toastmasters setup 2-3 years ago, I knew nothing about what it means. I thought I speak very well. Nobody is better speaker than I am. But little did I realize that nobody wanted to listen to me because I was so incoherent. So when I got into Toastmasters setup and I came to Malton Community Toastmasters, I am so grateful to the leadership sitting here as past president, Mr. Madan Chauhan, who took me into his fold and said, don't worry, I am with you. And that was a fabulous moment. I didn't even know when he suddenly filled my application and brought me in. It was not only him, but all the members of the club. If I start naming them, I might miss on certain names, so I will rather keep it overall, all the members. I don't want to offend anyone. They took me as if they knew me from years ago, telling me, teaching me, guiding me. And the funny thing is, there was a position of Sergeant at Arms, and my name was proposed. I could not make a pitch there. I lost the position of Sergeant at Arms and went to our amazing Rochelle, who spoke eloquently. I couldn't blame her for winning over it. She did the good job. But destiny had something else for me. I became Vice President PR by fluke. And then before I could realize, I was president of this club. Who gives a stranger, a very inexperienced person, the reins of a powerful club, which it is, a Toastmasters club? But I'm glad that with support from all these people, I could win over certain things, win over your hearts, and we could rock and roll and get our membership to a point where we can say we are proud of ourselves. But who gave these abilities to me? Of course, Malton Community Toastmasters. And I can never be more thankful than this. It is a lifestyle for me. Toastmasters, I breathe, walk, talk 24/7. Nothing could be better than Toastmasters. So now, when I tell people that I'm in Toastmasters Club, they look at me with respect, because I am known by the company I'm keeping, the Toastmasters company. They understand that I am doing something meaningful. That's how much grateful I am to this Malton Community Toastmasters and its leadership. Back to you, Mr. Toastmasters.
Salute to you, sir. Thank you again for bringing all that up. And I think before we go into general evaluation and other things, we do the table topics. And
That's silence.
1 minute silence, please, for Carton to mark up his evaluation.
Yeah, please don't push my evaluator. Let him take time.
Carton, you have 24 hours to take do the evaluation. Don't worry, we will hear your evaluation next week. Is that okay, Carton? We can wait until next week.
Sure,
He's
sure.
not listening to you.
Okay.
Let him focus.
Okay.
You're intentionally disturbing him.
Yes. Is the time is up? I believe 1 minute. Not yet. Okay. Who wants to be the tabletop master today? You, Paul. See, the man with many turbans, not hats. Sometimes he has a blue turban, sometimes he has a red turban, sometimes yellow turban.
Okay, time is up.
Okay, thank you.
Depends.
Man of many hats, as the saying goes. Paulji, the stage is yours for the table topics.
Thank you, sir. And timer, how much time do we have got for
We have
table
plenty
topics?
of time. We have plenty of time. We almost have 1 hour.
Okay, but we
If
need
you
to
want
give.
to carry on up to that time, or if you want to finish it before that, be okay. At least we should have everyone should have a chance to speak.
Okay.
You can pick up.
I'm going to have a very generic topic today. And I'm going to pick up the speaker. I'm not waiting for hands. And my first speaker today will be someone who joined us late today, Vidya Chitta. You know your time is 1 to 2 minutes, less than 45 seconds, and more than 2 minutes 30 seconds. Can't go there. So my question to you is, what was your moment when you felt you had to get out of your comfort zone?
First of all, sorry for being late. My apologies. I did not see the agenda, and I joined at 6 o'clock. And when I felt to come out of my comfort zone is when I felt that I am not growing anymore. I was too comfortable being in my comfort zone, but I was just stable at that point. I didn't feel I am growing, and I didn't choose to be in uncomfortable zone. I was pushed to be in uncomfortable zone. It was extremely uncomfortable for me, and when I saw the results after all the struggles and troubles, I felt I grown as a better person. I gained some knowledge, some skills and talent. So I felt it may not feel good at the moment, but when I reach at the destination, it definitely feel more accomplished, more powerful, and more valuable. So I feel everyone should do that. And somehow I don't know why you choose that question, because it was in my mind that I should pick this topic as my title for my next speech. So thank you. So back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That's nice to either get off your own free will or get pushed by someone else into out of comfort zone, that always give you something in the result. Fabulous speech, Vidya. Nice hearing that from you. My next person is Satish Prabhu. Mr. Prabhu, tell us about your out of comfort zone moment and what you accomplished from that.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. I believe I touched on a lot of points where I was uncomfortable in my speech. But let me take some very specific incidents in there. And one of them is when I had to console my younger brother, who was the one who took the full brunt of all the tragedies happening at the time. He's the youngest one and I'm the oldest one in the house. But for some reason, he became the eldest for all these tragedies. For me, all these tragedies were uncomfortable. I wanted to be there. The sheer distance, the timing, and the circumstances forced me to be out of action when I needed to be there. So the only thing I could do was comfort him, console him, and give him the assurance that I'm standing right behind him, even though physically I wasn't there. The other aspect of my uncomfortable nature was the fact that I did not want to share that I also was going through a bad circumstance in my own personal life. To this day, he doesn't know that I was without work, not having any earnings for the over 2.5 years that I had no job. He still doesn't know. But during all the incidents, whether it was a marriage or for any of the other events that I had to go, I took the flight and I behaved as if nothing was wrong in my personal life. So that was my uncomfortable zone, or coming out of the uncomfortable zone and showing something, or not something that I liked, but it was only for the benefit of everyone, so that he did not have to deal with another mental issue, happening at the time. This would have been another tragedy for him as well, knowing that some pillar in the house is also breaking down, or is in the verge of breaking down. So that's how I dealt with it. And I think I came out with flying colors. Thank you.
Fabulous, Satish. It again proves you are an inspiration for all of us. And I totally agree with you. When thrown with responsibilities, youngest grew elders, and we fall back. Sometimes we can't even be there. Like today, if I want to go back to India, it's a lot of things you have to consider before you actually take your journey up. My brother recently had a heart attack a few days back. It was a severe attack, but thankfully he was saved. And you did the great job of consoling him and telling him that you are with him. It again comes back to your original speech. And hiding your personal grievance from him was, I think, you didn't want to elevate troubles he was already facing. Good job. Thank you very much, Satish. Fabulous. Now, someone is hiding behind camera. Let me find who he or she is. I know you are watching movie and not listening to Toastmasters Club meeting. I totally get it. Or maybe you are writing something else now. Ravinder, what was your most
I'm writing.
uncomfortable moment in life and how you conquered it?
Most uncomfortable moment in life and how I conquered it. When I was in England and I was going to move to Canada, and I was going to be here by myself, so leaving my family behind. In England, I didn't know anybody except, the man I was going to marry, and even then I didn't know him that well. So it was very, very uncomfortable going to a strange country, not knowing anybody, being surrounded by strangers. And I just had to, a lot of self-talk, talking with my parents, but coming to the realization is maybe if I look at it as an adventure and what things I can learn, how I can grow, and what I might find some really wonderful, beautiful things in this country. And I can always go back and, you know, visit. It's only a 7-hour flight away. So basically it's just turning the tables and thinking of it as an adventure and a new opportunity for me to walk into. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Very nice. See, amazing stories emerging from our theme of the day. That's fantastic. And I can relate to what you just said, except that I wasn't worried about who I'm going to meet as my life partner because I brought her with me right from there. And my dad-in-law told my wife, because I wanted to come alone, and my dad-in-law said, don't let him go alone. You never know, he will marry somewhere else there. And I said, wow, this is the trust level you have with your son-in-law? He said, yeah, who cares? You take your family with you, and we don't want to take care of them. So we came together. So that was fantastic. And I totally can understand the fear. We had fear when we landed at the airport, and for a split second, our hearts skipped a beat because nobody came to pick us up. We are hoping that the moment we come out of the gate, someone will be there waving at us. No one. And I was not so comfortable using those pay phones where you put coin in that. I never knew that. I never used that back home in India. So, but I was wearing a purple coat, purple tie, thinking it's going to be a business trip. I liked your perspective on turning the table from fear to adventure thought, which actually helped you. Look at where you are now. Thank you very much for sharing that story, Ravinder. Fabulous job. Amazing. All righty. No, I need to pick up someone who doesn't have enough lighting on his face. So either have enough lighting or face the brunt of Paul Chima. Oh, Carlton already knew that. Fabulous. Okay, Mr. Sani. I know you have a current hard time going on. We talked about that all the time, but we'll not bring it here. Other than that, what was your most uncomfortable moment when you had to actually jump out of it and came out bright and colorful?
As usually, the similar to Mrs. Ravinder has experience when he came in Canada. Similar, I have facing the same situation when I came Canada, and I have to do something here, but whatever I want to, but there is no opportunity. So finally, I took that job, which I don't like it, but I have to do, right? So in a factory, I do as a labor job for the surviving. Then after 1 year, when I familiar with system, then I got good job, and now I feel very comfortable and I feel proud to be a Canadian. But this is my uncomfortable zone, but now I'm in comfortable zone now. That's that is the situation.
Guys, you must give him congratulations. He moving into close to over $1 million home. He has lots of money. I don't know where he gets it. But so when you said your story is similar to Ravinder, so I was thinking he was going to say, oh, just copy and put my name in place of her name. Actually, you really scared me. What a clever guy. He just copying the content right on screen with all of us. But I'm happy that you actually changed and added some more content to it. And you raised an opportunity and you went to labor job. Labor jobs are very hard. And I get it that when we immigrate to Canada, we are programmed. Every job is a great job. There is
Right.
no, what do you call, what's the word you call when you distinct one person from the other person? It's coming to my head. Discrimination between one job holder or other job holder. So
Right.
I can totally relate when I started working in a plastic factory, and me and supervisor didn't go hand in hand with each other. He would give me the worst task that nobody wanted to do, and my clothes and my hands will stink as if I am coming from a garbage dump. And the last bus I will board, and people will cover their noses. When I started taking lessons, and my driver said, the driver trainer said, "Oh, where do you work? Like, it's so much chemical smell coming from your clothes and hands. Honestly, we have to burn those clothes later on." I totally get it. Hardest time, man. Hardest time. Do I have more time, sir? Timer? What's the time right now? Timer gonna evolve?
I think we have still more time, at least 2 more.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Now I'm coming back. I think people are getting some comfortable with my topic. I have to give a ring to it now. I still have some people here. One has happy written behind, so let us see how happy I'm going to keep them for long. And my next speaker, oh my goodness, Carlton, you know my mind, man. Are you a mind reader? Navdeep, I heard you spoke about your dream and a new dream in your speech. What new dream do you have and how do you plan to accomplish it?
Right. Becoming more spiritual, because when nothing helps, spirituality helps. And working on my mental what they call that, making my mental muscle strong.
Mental strength.
Mental strength is the word. And I think I've just changed my outlook towards life, and I don't have to do anything. I just have to change my identity, because what I believe in is in that anything you want to change, first you kind of focus on the goal, and then you change your actions, and then you become that person, right? And what I've lately done is that I worked opposite. First change my identity, then my actions will change automatically. I'll get to my goal automatically as well. So as I said in my speech as well, I'm enough. So it's like in my head, monkey mind always talks. If it's talking negative, I just tell it back, hey, Navdeep, you're enough, you're fine, you can do it. So that thought process goes on, giving me the feeling that, yes, I'm enough. So my actions change as well. And I'm just fine by myself. What else I do is that I just recently in Canada, I had enough time with myself. Over 2 years, I was just at home teaching my boys and just was doing homework, and I got a chance to learn Reiki as well, which I continue, and I quite enjoy it. And I'm comfortable now. Thank you.
Fabulous. So you are overcoming your mental weakness. And I tell you one thing, easy fix for overcoming your mental weakness is when you start coaching other people too. So when you start coaching, your mind goes more strong. It goes stronger and stronger, because now it's not your own responsibility about yourself. you are responsible to move up someone else's mind as well. When you elevate their mindset, your mindset follows. This is how the journey keeps going. And I'm saying that from experience that Vidya shared with our club, that when she looked around, rather than having too much enjoyment, she saw that other people needed help and she pitched in. And now she is trying to do it. Guess what? The rewards are manifold. When you help others, you get more than maybe 10 or 100 times more in your abilities. This is a born fact. Nobody can deny it. Giving starts receiving. Receiving never starts giving. Some people think if I have more money, I will start donating. It doesn't work that way. So what you give out will come back to you manifold. And I guess you are on the right path. One day when you become spiritual, maybe I will be your first disciple, and I will carry people from airport to your place, wherever, whatever is set up. That's a lot of money in that journey, man. Trust me on that. So please, thank you very much. Give her a big round of applause.
One more only, Paulji.
One more only. Okay. So this person is soon going to leave the role he loves the most, control everything. And it will be a sad thing to see him go, but I want him to come on screen himself and face, pause, question, fire of questions.
All right.
Number 6, Carlton.
Vidya, can you do the timer, please? Yeah. All right,
Vidya, yeah, Vidya, you can also spotlight yourself. I think Satish can spotlight timer when time comes.
Okay.
Oh, wow, fabulous. So Carlton, what question should I ask you?
Whatever.
So tell us about the toughest moment when you got into your job that you have to overcome. Any paradigms or mindset of other people you have to win over.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Table Topics. So when I first started in my job working in TTC, for example, my job was a subway operator. And that was a very tough position to be in because I was socially isolated in a dark cabin, no one to talk to, and no sunlight. And it was a very dark period of time to go through that. But in that little cabin, in that little dark corner, I ended up picking up books as my refuge to learn of how and I came across great people in that little dark cabin. So in that cabin, I read the autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi from start to finish, the autobiography of Nelson Mandela from start to finish. And it really opened up my mind to understand how being in a tight little jail cell, because that's what it felt like, it opened up my mind and it taught me how to think and how to perceive your situation of where you are. And in that little dark cabin hole is where I came out, and my passion and my love for reading pretty much just accelerated from that point moving forward. So in that dark time, I was lucky enough to just come across these great authors. And the one that really changed my life was Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, because that started my journey on all the other authors and all the other great eminent people that came after that. So that was my journey, and the toughest, my toughest area in my job that I ended up pivoting and turning into something that actually made me a much better individual. Thank you, Mr. Table Topics.
Wow, I didn't knew that this is going to bring such a great content out of you, Mr. Sergeant Ram, Carlton. I never knew that the subway operator sits in a very dark, isolated place. But you pivoted your time in a very beautiful way. And from jail to leadership, these two amazing people you mentioned about Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela, And you also spoke about Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
That is a fabulous book. Many people say Napoleon Hill was a fraud, but whosoever he was, I don't care. But the book has absolute great content in it. And I also have a workbook, which I never completed, and talking about affirmations, telling yourself I will have X dollars or X thing in future, and repeating every day, it actually takes you closer to that point because you are training your subconscious mind. This is what we were talking today with one of Toastmaster member in presence in this club at the moment. So I'm very happy. Thank you very much for sharing, guys. Everyone was amazing speaker on table topics. I love you all. Thanks for enlightening us. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tabletop Master. What a fantastic topic. I have another hand for Paul. Okay, now it's the last part of the general evaluation. And in the general evaluation, I have a team of my evaluators and then a few other roles. Then I'll give my evaluation at the end. I call upon our first evaluator for the first speech, Satish Prabhuji. Evaluator is Paul Chima. Please give us your evaluation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Satish, can you spotlight him for me, please? I want to see that fascinating face. Awesome. That makes it more meaningful now. Are you with me now? What a great start to your speech. I was drawn in the moment you said that word. And I was thinking, where is it leading to? Because I had no clue to what will come next. And you took us on an amazing journey of your experiences. How that guy invited you to cancel your March break just to cancel your appointment, your job, terminate it. And you aptly named it the heinous crime. That was a heinous crime to kill somebody's expectations of March break, enjoyment, and just slaughtered it right in front of you in a second. And your journey from Toastmaster was so fascinating. Kind of, I think we have the same kind of setup. Accidental leadership. And accidental leadership always works great, which is where we are today and how we connect with each other. The great quote that I got from you was, you cannot show signs of weakness. That is the best quality of a leader. Whatever pain they go under, they never show it to anyone. They have ability to absorb it and never bring it on their face. That is how you are. I will cheer you for that. I liked the way you started your speech by asking a question I just said. You repeated your speech title, I think minimum 4 or 5 times. I am with you. I am with you. Connecting me back to your title and rolling me back in. It was like I am in that particular wheel that I'm running and coming back again and again. That enforced the idea, what you want to tell every member, that if you fall in trouble, you are there for them. What a great way of communicating that. And you were mindful of the audience. It said, you, you actually brought everyone from virtual environment into physical environment, which I could feel when you were asked gesturing like that. And you used plenty of hand gesture in sync with what you were saying. Like everything has some rooms of improvement, and I wouldn't be doing it justice if I don't tell you what those points could be. I noticed that your audio echoed. I guess if you start using headphones, wireless setup these days, like I'm wearing, it gives you a better audio quality, and there won't be any echo or hollowness around your sound. If you use that, your speech will be perceived way more powerful. This is in my perception. And we could add some vocal variety. Couple of places where you could have used vocal variety is like, you could come closer. He called me to commit a heinous crime. And then when you started your speech with, are you with me? So I would have expected you to say, I am with you. Come closer to screen again and again, because now that would make your point way more stronger and powerful. I think if we start doing that, it will bring more delivery and help audience to get connected with it. And yeah, you could use screen. You have plenty of space. You could move this and that. You could even dance if you wanted. But the funny thing is, you move around. That makes us, we don't get tired looking at one point. So people's gaze, you know how those movies are? Every few seconds, they change the scene. Every few seconds, watch any movie, you will see the scene change. From one person to background to person to second person, because they do it because they want people to get engaged. The gap has to be covered with your gesture and movements. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. Stay there, don't go too far.
Okay.
Because I'll be calling you back again. Our second speaker was Navdeep Kaur, and Paul was also evaluating her. And I hope he doesn't dance, but he do Bhangra. Go on, Paul.
Do I get double pay today for evaluating two speakers?
We have to decide in the meeting. We have a special meeting for that.
You get to pay double your membership because you're doing two jobs.
Okay. Navdeep, aha! What a polished speaker you are. Just slight chiseling here and there, and you are on your own. A bird who will fly up in the sky and will say, we made that bird fly high. The way you studied your speech was phenomenal. You acknowledged the previous speaker and you shared your apprehensions. I think you are very good at sharing your fear and bringing it out, because if you are mindful of your fear, this is when you win over them. The problem with most people is that they don't know what fears them. So unless you find your fear, you cannot jump over it. You cannot kill your enemy unless it stands right in your face and you can win over it. I totally am in sync with you when you talked about life in village and restriction, because everyone in those little communities is kind of judgmental. They haven't seen the bigger picture out in the world, and it is normal because when they grew up, they went through the same cycle, and it will take generations and generations to overcome that particular paradigm and change it altogether. Daughter of an engineer, moving from one place to other place, how lucky you are. Wow. Usually it is for the military people, but I never knew engineers move around too much too. And I was really blown away that when you came to Canada, you actually took part in marathon. Amazing thing. And your dreams are fabulous. I like your vocal, I like your tonality. I like your audio quality. I like the way you are so confident in front of camera. You smile, you giggle, and you flow with flow. It's only initial fear in the beginning that when you throw someone on stage, they're shaking like this, then suddenly they open up. That is what I see in you. So what we need to do is kill that initial component so you can be better at what you do. And you are such an eloquent speaker. I really liked it. And I would suggest you, but before I go there, I will quote one thing that you said that actually sank to my head today. And that was an aha moment for me. There is so much we can do in our lives. How aptly you described what we can do in this little sentence. And it syncs well with, I guess,
all of us, but I can only talk about myself. My suggestions for you would be to have some jot notes ready in front of you. I spoke from my mind, so I didn't have to look anywhere. Jot notes, you can stick those jot notes right on your screen, right? And you don't have to look at the screen. As long as you don't block camera, everything is fabulous. So you can put stickies, and that will help you guide through your speech. So you will know points. And why I'm saying that, because I noticed you are reading. That's okay. Reading is fine. But then if you're reading, then you can glance your eyes between the camera, lens, and reading. Flipping, let's say we set a ratio of 70-30. 70% looking right in this camera and 30% gazing down. But to do that effectively, you will need jot notes. You can't read the whole speech. Jot notes, it is your story. You know it better. You can explain it better. Other than that, it was a fabulous story. I want to hear more and more speeches from you, Navdeep, and I must once again give you a standing ovation for that. Fabulous. We love you.
Thank you very much, dear Paul Chima. And we have the next speaker is Shilpa Manjunath. And the evaluator is Shtishi. Chichi, please give your evaluation of Manjunath.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It's a great honor to evaluate a first-time speaker. It's very rare that you get to evaluate somebody who's a first-time speaker and make them feel really, really appreciated. So, Shilpa, I know you put a lot of effort into this speech. This is what I love about your commitment to yourself. Show somebody who's hardworking. You put a PowerPoint slide for your very first speech, which is rare. I could have done that today, but I did not do that. I shy away from using PowerPoint for some reasons. There are some reasons, and I will tell you why. An icebreaker is about you as a person, so we learn more about you. And this is what I learned from your speech today. Even though you did not directly tell me, but this is what I have gained from your speech. It shows you as a family person. You have a lot of concern for your family. So your family is your world, is what I have gathered, especially your boys. You, from your speech, showed what you are striving to do for your family as a mother. You want to instill positive values for your kids. You are constantly striving to improve yourself. You have taken to a spiritual guru. You look up to that guru and help take whatever support or help or message that you can get. So you are a better person, a better mother, a better wife for your whole family. Many of the other things that I learned is how you can bring happiness. What is important for you in your life? That was the title of the story. So one thing I did realize is that you are striving for happiness, which all of us are. We are all in this world. And happiness is the core value that drives every human being. And how you are tackling it by involving yourself more with your kids. You spend quality time. These are some of your suggestions that you are given. You have a daily thing that you do, your daily yoga or daily whatever other activities that you have. These are things that you show that you are a very disciplined person. You have a caring nature, and you are doing everything you can to make life better for everyone around you and trying to spread happiness, which was the core of your message from your icebreaker speech. Now, how can I make you better? Because that is my goal as an evaluator. So the next time I see you, I want you to be a better speaker, right? That's why we joined. So some of the things I would suggest, and I said earlier in my speech, not to use PowerPoint. There is a reason. You are on Zoom. When you use PowerPoint, you lose real estate. PowerPoint takes 70% of your screen. So I had a tough time looking at Shilpa. I was only looking at that one slide that had these 4 lines most of the time. So this is one thing I would suggest. Unless you have a lot of information that you need to convey, don't use PowerPoint. Some other suggestions I would like to give you is to make sure that you speak more about yourself and put a structure that is very nicely done. That is, introduce yourself, have a body which talks about your speech, and then a conclusion. So we feel that it's a whole message that we are getting. But overall, for your first speech, I think you are very confident, you had a clear voice, clear message, and we know you as a person. So you made your objectives very clear from your icebreaker. So I would give you all the 100 marks that you deserve for a first speech. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that to us. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Satish. It was a fantastic evaluation for a fantastic speech. I'm sure she has picked up some good points coming out of the comfort zone. Right. The next one is our fabulous speaker, president, evaluator. Now somebody has to give the evaluation on him. What did he do good? And I call upon Carlton Acosta, please.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Wow. Okay, so in terms of evaluating Paul, this is a very tough job because I have to literally find anything wrong with his speech. And it was a very tough job to do, but I'll give you my honest evaluation and feedback. Paul, you started your speech in such a great way. You asked everyone to raise up their hands, and that really included the audience and got everybody's attention. Your body language was fabulous. You stood up, you used your hand gestures, your eye contact, everything was on point. So those are some of the things that you excelled at. You talked about your journey in terms of becoming a Toastmaster from the time that you started with Madan Chauhan and trying to get the SAA role where Rochelle captured that role, but that forced you into another role, which was the VP of PR. So you did an awesome job of explaining it and talking about it. Some of the things that you may want to work on your speech is using pauses with more emphasis to let the important sentences sink into your audience's mind. So that's just one of the things that I kind of picked up, and maybe that's one thing that you can include in your future speeches. Just whenever you're giving, those key points when you want to let it sink in and drive it into the audience's mind, just pause for maybe 2 or 3 seconds and then continue on. In terms of your clarity, use your vocabulary and grammar was on point. It has improved from last year, I can tell you that just by evaluating you. The vocal variety in terms of using the tone and speed and volume of your speech was awesome. You used great volume and the speed was not too fast, not too slow. There were times where you mixed it up, so that was key and that was very important. Your eye contact was moving. I saw you looking at the camera. then looking at the screen to make sure you're gauging the audience, to make sure that the audience is engaged. You did a fantastic job with that. Your gestures, as always, is 5 out of 5. You use your hands. You've moved from left to right a little bit, up and down. You did it all, and the audience was aware of it. And because I was looking at the audience as well to see where their eyes were, and you've captured the audience as well. Your comfort level, you seem really comfortable on stage. There's nothing, that in terms of your comfort level, you seem to relish that role and take it on with your gestures, and everything was perfect. One thing that I can just give you a little piece that to just challenge yourself is to include the word from your speech title, because your speech title was gratitude, and you seldom use that word in your speech. So if you can improve, if you can include that word from your speech title just into your message while you're delivering your speech, it really will show up in terms of the audience will know, okay, this was the speech title in terms of gratitude. But other than that, Paul, you did a fantastic job. Like I said, it's very hard to evaluate you. So I was trying to find something wrong with it, but that's all I could come up with. So thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
What an evaluation, right? And making the president to come out of the comfort zone. Okay, now I call upon our quiz master, Ravinder Dugi. Watch it, everybody, unmute and be on the video as a gallery view. And when she fired the question, everybody jump to the answer. I know Paul is hiding.
Thank you, Toastmaster. It's time to test your listening skills. I'm going to ask you a few questions to see how well you did at the meeting with your active listening. So as the Toastmaster, Uncle Jahan said, please unmute and shout out the answers. Satish, thank you for that amazing speech and sharing what a great benefit Toastmasters can be to everybody. And Satish, he shared some really good stories with us. How many stories did he share?
Three.
Yes, excellent. Satish had to dodge some bullets. So he said something was hitting him one after another. What kept hitting him?
Tragedy.
Some challenges.
Tragedy, challenge.
Yeah, he used the word tragedies, but yeah, excellent. And he asked at the beginning of the speech, are we with him? But what was the phrase that actually encouraged Satish to carry on?
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
Yes, yes. And he had an interesting year in 2013. What name did he give that year?
Accidental leadership.
Being an accidental leader.
Yeah, excellent. Navdeep, okay, I'm going over to Navdeep's speech. So Navdeep, you are absolutely enough and you are amazing. So thank you for that speech. What was Navdeep's dad's profession?
Engineer.
Yes. And she is blessed with how many children?
Two
Excellent.
boys.
Yes. Now, one of Navdeep's hobbies is like mine, and that's reading. What types of books does she like to read?
Religious.
Religious. Spiritual.
Spiritual, yeah.
Non-fiction.
Non-fiction. Oh, non-fiction.
Right, Navdeep, you said that in your speech.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I'm surprised.
Now, something did break for her when she came to Canada. So what broke for Navdeep when she came to Canada? Something was broken.
Her habit of running.
Nope.
Her
Social
relationship.
life.
Dancing, is it
Comfort.
dancing?
Like
A
Expectation.
dream.
Dream. Yeah.
Dream. Yeah.
Dream. Okay.
So thank you again, Navdeep. Excellent. Shilpa, oh my goodness. Yes, you put some words of wisdoms my way, and it's very good timing on, how to be happy and what is really important. Now on the PowerPoint slide, there were 4 bullet points. What were those 4 bullet points?
Health, happiness,
happiness.
job.
Money.
It was health, happy, family, and job.
Job, yeah.
Yes, yes. And who does Shilpa want to meet in person one day?
Satguru.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And I'm looking forward to hearing about that story too at some point. Now, the other important thing she shared with me or with everybody is that there are 2 things that are strongly connected together. What are they?
Health and happiness.
Health and wealth.
Yes, health and happiness.
Health and happiness.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Navdeep and Shilpa. Excellent. Over to our powerhouse speaker, Mr. Paul Chima. I am amazed. In your speech, you told us how long ago you got started into Toastmasters. I don't believe it. It looks like you've been in Toastmasters forever. It sounds like it. So how many years ago did Paul get into Toastmasters?
3 years.
Yeah, 2 to 3 years. It's amazing, amazing. What was the speech length?
3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes.
Yes, 3 to 4 minutes. Now, what executive role did Paul actually run for?
President.
SAA.
SAA role.
BPPR and SA and president.
And he ended up in a role purely by fluke. Which was that?
PPPR.
BPPR. Excellent. Yes. Okay. Now, Carlton made a suggestion for Mr. Paul Chima.
Can't hear you.
Word did Carlton suggest that we use?
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Excellent. Thank you for great listening and attention. Back to you, Mr.
Thank
Carlton.
you very
Yay,
much.
we have 90% marks today.
Quiz master. What a fantastic quiz master Ravinder is. Ooh.
Yeah,
Right?
you
A
better
leader
listen.
have to be a great listener. That's one quality. All right. We have only a few minutes. And Carton, please, as a timer, give me the timings, your report.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Okay, so the timer's report is that we have the timing. So Satish had 12 minutes of your timing on your speech. So you were over by 2 minutes. Navdeep, your speech time was 7 minutes. So you were over by 1 minute. Shilpa, you were pretty good, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. So just 10 seconds above. Paul Chima, you were within your time. Wow. Okay. That was perfect. That you seldom happens, but yeah, the leadership is showing improvement. Wonderful. The next one that we have is our table topics. The table topics seems like everyone was within our time. Just Satish, you were over by 17 seconds, which is fine. And Navdeep, you were over by 25 seconds, which is also okay. The evaluator, everyone, so Paul, your first evaluation was at 3 minutes. Second evaluation was at 3 minutes, 56 seconds. And Satish, your timer for, in terms of evaluation, your time report was at 3 minutes and 56 seconds. So I know we're allowed 2 to 3 minutes, and myself included is 3 minutes and 59 seconds. So overall, we've stuck within our time. And if we went over, it was not more than a minute. So great job, everybody. Great job.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Now it's my report overall. I think this meeting been the most productive meeting. Fewer attendees, more work, right? The people saying quality and quantity. In this, we have a quality. We didn't care about the quantity, but everybody did a fantastic job, and everybody was shown how they come out of the comfort zone. All those speeches were fantastic, and I loved Stish's speech, the first one. I am with you. How he become an accidental leader. Sometimes you are thrown into the deep end, you learn to swim, even if you don't know how to swim. That's what happens when you are thrown into something. You stumble, you move, you do things, and you come out of it. And that is the most valuable experience you have. And of course, they're saying in every adversity there is a prosperity. So with the Steve, he has gone to 2-3 challenges, but he came out of with the flying colors. Navdeep, I don't know what to say. I mentioned your name is Nav and Deep, and I'm sure you're going to bring a new light to this club as well, and you are already bringing, and you've been almost like a very professional speaker. And suggestions were given to you, you probably listened to it, and we'd like to see you dancing at one of our meeting as well one day, because you've been a dancing captain. And Shilpa, health, wealth, health and happiness, they go hand in hand. Fantastic speech again, very valuable. Paulji, I got nothing to say because you always ask money. I'm already bankrupt. The amount of money you asked me. So I can't give you any more money, but I give you thank you from my heart for all the things you're doing and all the wonderful speech you did. And you keeping us all together, all of us, and tying together. And your table talks were fantastic, getting out of your comfort zone. If you can learn to come out of your comfort zone, I'm sure you can handle any challenge in your life. Your challenge is getting out of the comfort zone. And with that, I say it's meeting been fantastic, and back to you, President, to wind up the meeting, please. If you want to do the poll, you can do it. I don't know if we have time.
No, we are not running any polls.
Sure. Okay.
But
everyone is a winner, I tell you.
Everyone is a winner, and it was amazing to hear each and every one today. I thoroughly enjoyed this session more than anything else. Shilpa had something to say. Before I move forward, I would like Shilpa to say what she intended to say. Shilpa.
Yeah, actually, Satish ji mentioned that I used PowerPoint slides, but like this is only I saw only the first one. I wanted to scroll it down, but I could not because it was different points which I written. I could not share with you guys, but it was taken from the first slide. It took me a different path. I told some other things which came from my heart. So yeah, that was a connectivity. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share you. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shilpa. What I will do is I will expunge those remarks that Satish said in your evaluation. I'll delete those components. Okay. But you have to pay me for that. So now,
please stop dealing with him. He always asks for the money.
Now, coming back to our meeting, thank you very much, each and every one of you. I know it was an important day. That was one reason for our thin attendance. But the fact that we went ahead with it, that shows our grit and how strong we are as Toastmasters. I'm very happy to see all of you get involved in each and everything. And I loved it. No hands allowed at this moment. Only Paul Chima speaks. Because he is the president of the club for this last month. Okay. So, fabulous meeting, amazing speeches. Everything was amazing. I guess this was the most powerful session. I just said, I'm just saying it again. I'm so satisfied today with the outcome. It brought the best out of us. Just fantastic. Yes, Mr. Chauhan.
I should have said in the beginning, but I'll say at the end, sometime what you said and you remember for last time, a lot of longer. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and whether you have the father or you had the father, happy Father's Day, because if you don't have the father, you can remember the things that he has done for you. If you have, say gratitude, say thank you, however you can say it, do it. There is no replacement for a father.
Thank you very much, Mr.
And
Chauhan.
also for the mother, but they have two different roles. And father is a leader who's developing leadership in you.
You don't talk about Mother on Father's Day. That is violation of the code of ethics. So only Father's Day. Father's Day means Father's Day. Why are you bringing mothers in this conversation today?
Because mother brings the father into it. Otherwise, we
No,
can't have.
no, that's fine. That's okay. We don't want to go into biological setup.
Mothers,
so we are okay.
Mothers, please pick him up when you finish the meeting after that. He will be in the car park.
So well, our next meeting is going to be a bit different. We may have an investor, what do you call investor? Oh my God. What do you call investiture ceremony when we install our new
Installation.
members?
You can say installation ceremony.
Yeah, that is easier word.
Installation.
Installation. But I want to show them my vocabulary. So because this is what Carlton told me, I have good
Yeah.
vocabulary, so I wanted to use it. So we will be doing that. So we'll have some different kind of agenda in the meeting next time. That's why it becomes more important that regardless of long weekend, we have the new members installed and previous members released from their duties. The two things happen in the next meeting, releasing those who are not in the new executive and installing those who are new executive in the next meeting. So please, if you have a role, you are in executive committee, do not miss this. We'll schedule that. I think Mr. Satish Prabhu always does great job. That will be, I guess, who will make the agenda? We'll have to discuss about that too. With that, I'm not taking any role at the moment, Mr. Prabhu. I guess
We can do it offline. Yeah, we can definitely do it offline. And
we
I
can
think,
do offline today
yeah.
because we are already, we thought we'll wrap up earlier, but let's look at this. The way session ran, it was so interesting and engaging. We didn't even realize it's close to 7:40 p.m.
Yeah.
So now with that thought, I will give it back to our Sergeant to close the meeting. If you want to still stay here for a few minutes, you're more than welcome. We can have a parking lot chit chat.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, everybody, this has been a wonderful meeting. I again want to thank you guys all for showing up and being consistent. That's one of the most important things, is just being consistent and just showing up, and the rest of it takes care of itself. So to end again, I just want to recap again, the mission statement for Toastmasters is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And with that, I would like to adjourn this meeting, and everybody on this call, happy Father's Day to, if you guys are fathers, and if you guys have fathers, happy Father's Day, and go make something amazing happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you can go to Carlton's house. He's having a nice dinner prepared. He just told me before the meeting.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful rest of the evening. Bye.
Ladies, I told you, Chima is in the car park. Go and there and do your show of your solidarity.
Okay, guys, have a good night. All right.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Okay, Carlton.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Fabulous meeting. Enjoyed it very well. Navdeep ji, you always rock and roll. All of you guys are amazing new members here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Navdeep actually was not prepared today. So we had a quick chit chat. I was distributing YLP books when she called me. And within a few hours, like from I think 1 p.m. to now, She prepared, she wrote, and she presented the speech.
Wonderful, awesome, Navdeep. That shows your commitment and dedication.
She has a lot more to offer us all. It will take a while before we see real Navdeep taking over everything. And we would like to see you in the next executive, Navdeep.
Yeah,
as a leader.
so it all depends on how much she takes on. As I said in my speech, how did I
Yeah.
become a leader? It's an opportunity that comes, somebody gives it to you, and then you just work with it and you become one.
Yeah, you put yourself in the environment you want to be. It is as simple as that.
Yeah.
But we thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm very happy with everything that's going on with the club. We are extremely delighted.
Yeah.
So we will have a couple more members very soon, and then we will have a bigger setup. But Navdeep, thanks to you for enrolling your son in our Gavel Club as well. So keep it easy, don't push anything, things will naturally come.
Thank you so much.
Satish, your speech was amazing today. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Paul.
Fantastic, fabulous, and
came straight from the heart. I did not put too much preparation. In fact, just like you
Yeah.
said, Navdeep wrote the speech today. I did exactly the same thing between the Gavel Club thing and other things that are happening. So I was just taking some time here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know we were together in the meeting judging the event.
Right.
We were there since we are on Toastmasters in 3 o'clock, Navdeep.
Oh yes, I've noticed. I've seen Shyam was here. I peeped. I've seen you, Paulji.
Yeah.
And as Tishji said, when things I think comes straight from heart, they kind of look fine.
And yeah, and say happy birthday to Arjun once again from us.
Thank you so much, Paulji.
Yeah,
We're so
happy
happy.
birthday to, what is his name? Arjun.
Arjun.
And we can come down someday to have our piece of cake.
Anytime. Are you telling me or Stacey?
When I went to her house one day, she didn't open the door to me. And she said, throw the book outside the door, I will pick it up when I have time. So I said, okay.
No, that's Navdeep is not that bad, please. Navdeep is good girl. You have to come one day, Paulji. It will be great for Shan as well to see you in person.
Okay. I'm
Really
terrible on in person. I look nice here. I haven't washed this coat over 2-3 months now, and it stinks. But the beauty is, in Zoom you don't transmit scents, so it is okay. So I can still keep putting it on.
They're actually working on that too right now. So
it will become a reality someday.
Yeah.
It will become a reality someday. It's not far off from where we are now. But thank you very much. And so we'll make an agenda for next meeting with those investiture ceremony.
Yeah.
And I will see if Janice can come on board.
Yeah.
Or the person we spoke about last time.
Yeah.
We need someone who to administer the oaths.
Absolutely, yeah. We need somebody.
Yeah. It will be a right thing to do and a great learning for all the members.
Yeah. And it looks really nice. We need to do that.
It looks really right. We didn't get a chance to be installed, but I'm happy that next team will be properly installed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good night, guys.
Good night,
Anything
guys.
you have to say, I'm here.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good night. Bye.
So I will mark my level completed for pathway PM level 3-1, I guess. 3-1 perhaps. Yeah. No, this was only 2 speeches. I still have to continue with that. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
So mine will come to you, and it's level 5.
Yeah.
So that gives another level 5 point to the club.
Very nice.
In fact,
I'm going to finish off my both pathways, and I'm going to look up the evaluation sheet you sent me before about your high performance leadership. I will do that up. Yeah.
Okay.
I was so much burdened with my exam, and now that I'm kind of free, my next phase 2 will